guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, on this channel we talk about law of attraction, spiritual development, and making you believe that all things are possible one step at a time. So today I want to talk about events, situations that we go throughout life, whether it's current, whether it's in the past. Usually it's always in the past, and really trying to deal not so much with the situation, but with the emotion. Now, usually, like when you go to therapy, and I'm not knocking any therapist, I think they're great, and I think, everyone should go to one at least once in their life. But a lot of times when you talk to a therapist, and it could be wrong, but we're trying to find the event that happened in the past to deal with how we feel currently, right? But the only issue that I have with that is typically when something has happened in the past, that event usually is so long ago that half of it's not even true anymore. So we created a belief system over time, and it has changed over time about how we feel about a certain situation, but how we emotionally attach ourselves to that situation. But we're constantly going back to the event. But it's not the event, it's the emotion that happened in that event that is triggering us today. And whatever happens in this moment in time of whatever we're going through, that will trigger us to basically recharge that emotion that we felt at one point in time. So, and it just sucks because, a lot of times our situations and events change because when you're so emotionally attached to a situation, and when we're getting sympathy, it's easy to kind of just vamp it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like maybe the situation wasn't as bad, but then you made it to be like really, really bad. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Like the situation isn't always expressed exactly, because we have so much emotion towards that person or thing that happened, that when you're that emotionally, I would say, unstable in that moment, because, when emotions take over that much, you do become a little unstable, that we veer off a little bit, and we feed into those emotions so much that over time, when we keep relaying things to that event changes a little bit. So when we're dealing with things that are triggering us in this day and age and moment, we're relaying it to a situation that may have not even fully happened. So we don't want to take care of the event. The event is, whatever. That's really just gone. But what's present and what stays present is the emotion. And then our belief systems attached to whatever situation has happened, or what we think will happen in the future, and, what we dwell on, and just, So one way to dealing with an emotion that has happened in the past that stays present, it's going to sound silly, but one way of doing this is loving yourself. Because when we go into acceptance of who we are, it changes our belief system of what has happened to us. And then we just fully embody that we're strong. And then we end up changing that belief system because we believe in ourselves so much, and we love ourselves so much that we know that we can overcome anything. Because any situation we go through, whether you have help from a friend, a therapist, guidance, anything, in the end, you are the only one that can pull yourselves out. When you come to that realization that we are the ones that do that for ourselves, and we have pulled ourselves out of a certain emotion, that is love. That is love for ourselves. So love for ourselves can absolutely change the emotions that we have attached to situations, because we are fully accepting ourselves for who we are, whether that's being happy or sad. Another way to let go of emotions like this is forgiveness. Now, whether we have a certain belief attached to whatever situation that happened and whatever we think may happen in the future, which we need to stop doing because we're not there yet. If we forgive that person, not the event, the person, they don't even have to be present. They don't even have to know about it. You just have to find deep down in your soul that you forgive them. And something just sparks in you. Like literally just lights a fucking fire under your ass. And you're like, wow. And you almost just start feeling the emotions that you have attached to so many situations just kind of disappear. Just see it starting to fade off. And I know this is really, really tough because no one wants to forgive someone that has disrespected us or has done us wrong in some way, shape, or form. But was it really you? It wasn't. Because if that person has treated you a certain way, that person is going through their own shit and it's reflecting onto you, but you cannot make yourself believe that you are the cause. You cannot, always go with your gut. First off, your gut is always just tells us, everything. People can be shitty. They really, really can. And they can just be very disrespectful. And, not everyone plays by the rules that, if you want to be treated a certain way, treat someone else that way. Is that the right way to say that? You know what I mean? And that just comes into the event that we're staying attached to because we have an emotion that just triggers us when we're like, but I'm not good enough. But this happened and this person did this to me and this person did this. But we have to understand that people go through their own shit and some people just don't necessarily care to treat others with respect. It just happens. It really does. But you can choose to react a certain way by not reacting, by staying calm, by staying true to yourself. Okay? I know it's shitty. Because we go through a lot of things like rejection. Rejection can be from a job. It can be from a person. It can be from... What else can reject you? A car? A car can reject you. You can shut down on the freeway. But let me tell you, rejection is not bad. We need to start looking at rejection as a positive thing. I say this because usually rejection happens based off of someone else's actions, But it's usually because you're second guessing everything for a while. And the universe is like, yeah, you're not supposed to. So this person has to do something awful as a rejection because there is something better for you. Get it? There's a better job. There's a better person. There's a better friendship. There's a better relationship. The universe does this to us and for us because we don't have the balls to do it. We just want all the things that make us feel good, right? We just want the people that make us feel good. We want the idea of the events that we want in our lives to make us feel good. Not so necessarily that person. We want the things. We're gonna roll with it because I'm making this up as I go. This is not good. But I'm not getting my greens in right now, so I picked up this green juice. Kale, celery, cucumber, broccoli, Granny Smith, apple, and ginger root. Sounds like a fucking treat, right? Yeah, so I just really want you guys to look at situations that happen in our life, and I always, always, always want people to feel the emotions within the event that has happened. Just because I'm telling you to deal with an emotion and not the event in, a past thing, does not mean don't take care of it in the current situation. That's how we stop storing stuff in our attic. You know what I mean? If we deal with whatever event has triggered us in that moment to that emotion that we're attaching to that event, then if that event happens again, then that emotion shouldn't be triggered because we already took care of it. And we took care of it in a positive way. We did it for ourselves. So if we're dealing with it in that time and moment, then that's the key. That is absolutely key. But the reason why I explain this video is because usually we're hanging on to all these different emotions because they're attached to all these events that happened in the past. Past doesn't exist, right? So those events no longer exist. They're just stored up in here because of an emotion that we have attached to it. So that's how I feel about that. And that's how I feel about rejection too. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. That's really it. That's all I have. But we can just choose. We can literally choose how we want to feel in each and every moment, and how people treating us a certain way, how we let that affect us. Things are always going to come up. Things are always going to happen. It's just inevitable. It's just going to happen. It creates lesson. It creates the pathway to exactly where we need to be. So if we just try to stay as present as we can and just go with the flow, then we're unstoppable. Don't ever let another person make you feel like you're not good enough, because actions do cause us to think a certain way. Yes, that is very true. But we don't have to hang on to those emotions that we beat ourselves down. We are hard on ourselves already, so don't let another person make life harder. Like, we need to start loving ourselves, but we are our biggest critics, right? So if we're treating ourselves shitty and then someone else is treating us shitty, it's just a shitty time. Like, no one wants to be in a bag of shit. So as always, I hope you guys followed along, because I like to ramble and I don't like to make sense all the time, but I hope I make sense to you guys. If you feel like you resonated with this video at all, please give it a thumbs up. If you feel like anyone needs to hear this video, please share it. It's going to help me and my word, and just get everyone on this collective tribe train that we're trying to get onto, positivity. If there is anything that you want to see or know, please leave it in the comments below. And until my next video, I hope you stay true, and namaste. Bye.